Sarah and Vinnie on Alice at 97.3.
All right.
Go ahead.
Here is your review of November Man, starring Pierce Brosnan and only Pierce Brosnan. Because I don't know one other person in this film. I mean, I've seen them, but nobody knows their names. So in this film, Pierce plays an ex-CIA operative who trains other CIA members to become assassins.
Yes.
When corruption infests the CIA,
Which it always does in the movies.
Pierce goes head-to-head with one of his former pupils.
God, that really is quite the formula.
Yeah.
What a plot!
Yep.
Marcus,
Yep.
I can't help but watch this film and think, how badly does Pierce wish he was still James Bond?
Not at all. Because I didn't
What
like
are you
any.
talking about?
I have never liked a Pierce Brosnan movie ever. Not one.
How about
one.
Remington
Not
Steele?
one. I said movie.
I know.
Thomas Crown.
I didn't like that either. I didn't like that either.
What about Mamma Mia?
I didn't like that either. I don't like him in movies. I just don't think he's a movie star.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
He's Remington Steele.
We're going
as
to talk
somebody
about
just
Mrs.
said.
Doubtfire in a second.
Mrs. Doubtfire doesn't count because he wasn't. Come on, that's a Robin Williams
don't
movie.
blow it,
Let's
yeah.
keep it real. Yeah, but I like this one though.
No, you didn't.
I
you
sure
dummy.
did. I sure did. This is the first time ever in the history of mankind that I've liked a Pierce Brosnan movie, and I went in because I heard Hooman talk about it, and so I already thought it was going to suck, and then Hooman kind of said, "Oh yeah, it's the worst movie ever." And you know what? In hindsight, I should have known that was the reason that I would probably like this movie.
Because Hooman already doesn't like it going in.
Yeah, he didn't like it going in, and he saw it before me, and then he called me up and said, "Yeah, Marcus, this movie sucks."
I call him on his drive to Tahoe.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm like, oh
movie
my
sucks.
God,
It's
the
the
movie's
worst thing ever.
terrible. All right, I got to go.
And I go in, I sit down, fully expecting to hate it because it's a Pierce Brosnan film, and Hooman told me they hate it, and I ended up enjoying it thoroughly.
Marcus, would you say, let's digress here for a second. Would you say Pierce was a great James Bond?
No,
Would you say
because
he
I
was
didn't
a-
like him. I just said
Did
I
you
didn't
like him as? Do you think he was a good James Bond?
Here's the thing. I thought he was a logical choice. It's because he was a pretty, Euro guy. But the James Bond films that I saw him in, I didn't like any of them. Even the one with Halle Berry, didn't like him. They just sucked.
So when you think of Pierce, do you think of an action star or do you think of Mrs. Doubtfire?
I think of Remington Steele. That's what I think of.
Is that what you think of? Mm-hmm. So the whole plot is that they're trying to frame the president of Russia. Like, that's the whole plot. So
So they're not trying to frame him. They're trying to control him.
yeah, control.
Get it right, dude.
So would you say this is like? Were you ever on the edge of your seat watching this?
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
No,
I
you
was.
weren't.
As a matter of fact, I was because you know what? I have an open mind.
Everyone, Marcus has a man crush on Pierce Brosnan. Marcus,
Jesus.
is this guy big enough to star and carry a film all by himself
Well,
with no other people? Because there's nobody else in this movie.
Clearly he is because he's done it before in other movies that I couldn't stand but other people like. So he obviously has the cachet to carry a film.
It's been a while, though, since you put a...
Listen, here's the thing. It's not brain surgery. If you like action flicks, which I do, this is one of the better ones. Matter of fact, this is probably the most surprising film of the year for me.
No, it's not.
Just because expectations are so low.
Jeez.
Listen,
You enjoyed it.
thoroughly from beginning to end.
Great.
The first 5 minutes are awesome, and then it just never lets up. I don't know I don't even know if he was paying attention when he went to the
He was
movie.
was.
texting and stuff.
Or in a bad mood or something.
Snapchat.
100% focused.
So good. It's so
All right,
good.
sum it all up. Let me just say this. Honestly, this should have been a made-for-TV movie.
No.
Pierce is cool, I guess, but the film is so weak. It is so predictable. I was never on the edge of my seat.
Oh, jeez.
That being said, I can only give it one purge.
Incorrect.
Thank you.
Incorrect. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time because I'm a man.
Oh, man.
I like action films.
That's a good one.
And the testosterone was pumping as I sat through this one. Like, wow. And Pierce Brosnan is not a guy who you would think of, kind of manly. Even in the James Bond. This was the one. Check it out. I promise you will enjoy it. Do not listen to what Hooman is saying today.
All right,
Thank
how
you.
many
You're
Aussies?
wrong. I'm giving it 3 Aussies. Enjoy it.